so glad that you could make our time to join us on today's episode of Tax Matters. My name is Olumuyiwa Matuluko. How's your week been and how is business going? Today's episode of the program comes to you from Katsina in Katsina State. You know too well by now that the operations of the Federal Inland Revenue Service are organized along 10 regional lines, and the Northwest region is one of those 10. Our guest on today's episode of the program is in the person of Alh.Ibrahim Salami, the regional coordinator, Northwest region of the Federal Inland Revenue Service. Alhaji Salami played host to us in his office in the expansive headquarters of the Northwest region in Katsina. We welcome you to Tax Matters, Alhaji Salami.
Welcome to Katsina.
As you said in the introduction, you sit atop the Northwest region. What is your area of coverage?
In the context of FIRS operation, the Northwest region is made up of 6 states. There are Kano, Jigawa, Katsina, Sokoto, Zamfara, Birnin-Kebbi.
That is quite a lot. We know that you, under the FIRS, talking about the FIRS, you have micro and small taxpayers offices, you have medium tax offices, you have light tax offices in some places. Which ones do you preside over?
I preside over MSTO. Full meaning of MSTO is micro and small tax office. So
how many do you have under you?
There are 8 in number. We have 6 states, like I said. But you wonder that the offices are 8. Yeah. How? So in Katsina State, we have 2 offices. Yes. We have Katsina MSTO, yes, and we have Funtua MSTO. Okay. Then in Kano State, we have also 2 offices. Yes. We have Kano Club Road MSTO, which is we call it Kano 1. Then we have Kano Zaria Road MSTO, which we call Kano 2. Yes. So that's why we have 8 offices that I'm presiding over.
So the other states have 1 each?
Each other ones have 1 state, 1 office each. In addition to that, we have 3 stamp duty offices. In addition to the full-fledged offices. The stamp duty offices are located 1 in Kano, 1 in Katsina, and 1 in Sokoto. Yes. They perform their own peculiar duties alongside with MSTOs, but all putting the same money in the same purse for the federal government of Nigeria.
Now, talking about MSTOs, what are the real functions of MSTO? Against the background of the fact that when you, a few years ago, you started what you called one-stop shops, where a taxpayer can enter one single office of the FIRS and do all that he has to do. Is that what still operates?
Of course, it's exactly what we are still doing.
So, what kind of services can I get in an average MSTO? Can I register for TIN, for example, taxpayer identification number?
Of course, MSTO, LTO, MTO, they perform the same function. The only unique differences are just that at MSTO level, we are grooming the small taxpayers, bringing taxpayers to the tax net. We grow them up. Then when it comes to thresholds figure of turnover, then we pass it over to MTO or we pass it over to LTO. So come to question of registration. Of course, the principal aim or what the basic work we do in MSTO is registration of taxpayers. So because we have to bring in the taxpayer into the tax net wherever they are. So either they come voluntarily or we hunt for them. So some of them come voluntarily to register. In most cases, we have to be on tax drive. We call it registration drive, intensive one, to make sure that those that are doing businesses are under our net. So we do that very frequently.
What does it take to register?
It doesn't take anything to register. First, we just need background information of a particular taxpayer before we register you. They get this background information. We have a form. Mainly, a taxpayer comes to give you a data form to complete, to give us your background, starting from the name of the company, the registration number of the company, the address, operational address of the company, the email address, the functional email address of the company. and the functional telephone line of the MDs or the whoever is behind the company, so that we can easily link up whenever the need arises. So with that, once you give us this information, just doesn't take highest 5 minutes to log up. You get your team. So we get your team. Just the little time it take you is to give us this information. Some of them are already aware. They fill the form. They have the form in their possession. They come with it. We go through the form. Once the data is okay, we just key in the name and your team comes out. We'll give you your number straight away.
How much does it take? Does it cost?
It's zero. It doesn't cost anything.
It's free?
It's free, completely free. In fact, as soon as we see many of them, one is coming, one is going, so we keep on taking. No, it doesn't attract anything.
But we have instances where people say that when they come to acquire TIN, they will now tell them that they have been in business for some time. They will now give them fines, tell them to pay social amount.
It's far from that. We don't do that. What it may be, I don't know whether it has happened in the past, but the FIRS, as I know, as far as Katsina Northwest region is concerned, when you come, revision is number one, is key. The most important is let you come into our tax net. Once we are into our tax net, then the other processes like collection, assessment, collection follows from thereafter. But at the point of decision, nobody know. In fact, your records are not even available. How will somebody even know that you have been doing business, you have not been paying and all that?
So it doesn't matter whether I've been in business before or not, whether my company is new or not. It doesn't matter. At all. It doesn't matter. The most important thing is we welcome you to come to our tax net, because once you are in our net, we can always do the other processes to ensure that you pay what is due to be paid. That's all. At the point of decision, nothing like that. We are happy to see you even as you are coming in. After registration, what next? I am now a registered.
You are right, a taxpayer. In most cases, as you are doing registration, we even give you sensitization. We educate you at the point what your duties and obligations. So your rights and your what you are supposed to, what to expect from us and what to expect from you. We tell you from the beginning that if it is bad, because some of them register, well, the division is one. If you are limited liability companies, you register both for VAT and company income tax, all combined together. Yes. But some of them are enterprises that they don't pay company income tax to us, they pay to the state. So we still give you the same education that, look, as you are registering, if it is VAT alone, you register. VAT is on monthly basis. Whether you have income or not in a month, just fill the one from 002. That's a return form where you're supposed to fill and tell us the activities for the month. If there's no income, you put it there's no income. As long as we don't have contrary information, we'll take it as correct. So then if it is also company income tax, we also tell you that, look, as you do, the VAT is on monthly basis, company income tax is on annual basis. And of course, the company income tax is based on the audited accounts of the company or of that enterprise. The companies are free to choose the accounting date. So whatever you are choosing as your accounting date is on the basis of that to inform the FIRS that, look, this is my accounting date. Maybe it's every December or every January, whatever. So the law specifies that 6 months after the accounting date, all companies are to render their returns on an annual basis. So that 6 months grace is there to enable them put their figures together, do their proper auditing and all that, and submit the returns to us. So we educate you at the beginning.
You are saying that if my business is an enterprise, yes, a one-man business, yes, and I don't pay company income tax by law,
we pay to state.
Good. But you are saying that I still have business with you because of VAT.
Of course, we have to. Because VAT, the only authorized unit to collect VAT is FIRS, irrespective of the size, irrespective of the nature of your business. In as much as you deal with vatable services and products, you have to render returns to the nearest FIRS next to you. Of course, with this team, Anywhere you register, anywhere you get your TIN, the particulars will be there. They know where you belong to, the office you belong to. So when you are rendering your returns, as soon as you pay, anywhere you pay, your money, the payment goes to that office, because that's where the TIN resides. That's what the simple, in fact, it's a very simple system.
But the caveat is that one is done on a monthly basis.
Of course.
So the taxpayer must be on his toes. The business owner
of course,
must be on his toes.
All the time. Okay. Making sure that you keep all relevant records, so that whenever rent staff comes around, you'll be able to produce your record and look, this is my transaction for a particular month. So I will also sensitize the taxpayers on this record keeping, because it's key to our operation and it's really important to them, so that it will normally reduce the rancor between FIRS staff and the business units. Once your records are there, it's transparent, you show us, and there's no problem.
You have spoken about company's income tax. You have spoken about value-added tax.
Yes.
Which other taxes do you administer?
We have, like I told you at the beginning, we administer stamp duties.
Good.
In respect of limited liability companies.
Good.
All the transactions in limited liability companies, we have stamp duty. The stamp duty also does not cover individual transactions.
That's for the states.
Because the states also have stamp duty that covers that area. So the stamp duty covers that one. Then education tax, we also cover it. We collect education tax from limited liability companies, which is another complete another tax type. But in respect of withholding tax is not a separate tax. It's part of company income tax. So it's just a component of it. It's just a kind of collection procedure that education we want to call withholding tax. People take it to be a different type of tax. No, it's part of company income tax. It's just a procedure of collection that was I say withhold. That the word withhold. Before, when you are paying the contractor, withhold certain percentage, so that at least whatever happens, the FRS is on the safe side that this transaction has suffered tax. So it's a temporary kind of arrangement. Whatever is given, whatever is deducted at the point of payment, at the end of the year, when you are producing your final report to FRS and your audited accounts, you write everything, all the incomes put together, do the calculation, and then whatever is deducted as source, you net it off. So we pay the balance. It's just a temporary arrangement. To ensure that no income escapes tax, because the tendency that some may not disclose such kind of income to FRS after all. So, but if we have taken, say, 5%, it's okay. At least for now, if we cannot track you, eventually at least something has come in. That's just the purpose. It's not a separate tax at all.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, waiting be this.
The deduction now for withholding tax.
Withholding guinea. Look, if you not pay me my correct money today, hey, Munu get made you half all.
But madam, should be your company paying income tax.
Yes, that one I enough load for me to carry. Why I won't come add join them again?
You see, withholding tax now advance payment for income tax. So when you do some kind job like contract, we go remove small from them when we won't pay you.
I don't go contract am up. I bet tell me another.
No. We must pay the money to FIRS within 30 days, and they go give us withholding tax credit note to take show say you don't pay part of your income tax in advance.
So
now to help make the money where you go pay at the end of the year small.
So this withholding tax one thing, it be like part payment of
Exactly, madam.
I beg you, give me my check.
Remember, come collect your credit note.
Withholding tax, now for we own good. FIRS, it pays to pay your tax.
Welcome back. We are still on to Tax Matters, and our guest is still Alh.Ibrahim Salami, Regional Coordinator, Northwest Region of the Federal Inland Revenue Service. Looking at the 6 states under your jurisdiction, what will you say is the predominant business activity? I mean, in some areas of this country, you say there are cement manufacturing companies. In some places, you have food manufacturing companies, beverages manufacturing companies. What is the major business activity of the businesses under your jurisdiction?
Well, here, I can say, business activities mostly are contractors. That's the major. If I want to categorize them, many of them are kind of portfolio contractors. Okay. You understand? Then in Kano, we have kind of manufacturing units, there. If not that, because of economic situation, many of them are no more functional, But a lot are still struggling to keep pace with time, not minding the economic weather. So I think Kano is the basic area where you can say, yes, we have some manufacturing units. Okay. And like you said at the beginning, the bigger units, bigger ones that are doing manufacturing are in the MTO and LTO.
Okay, that is true.
So they are not in the my jurisdiction. They are not under my jurisdiction. So it is those that has turnover below 200 million, below 200 million that is under MSTO. Anything 200 million and above, up to, between 200 million to less than 1 billion is MTO. Then above 1 billion and above is LTO. So we have, like you say, like in the northwest, we have one MTO in Kano. That's Million Tax Office in Kano. We have another LAC Tax also in Kano. So we have these two bigger offices there, and they are focused on those threshold kind of turnover, pertaining to something, which is 1 billion and above is LTO. 200 million and above to less than 1 billion is for MTO. So that is why you see that we are basically dealing with the rudiments of taxpayers, those matter, and that function is fundamental in FIRS. FIRS emphasize very much more on us, so that because we produce and groom and pass over to the other people.
That must be very interesting. How are you coping with those quote unquote portfolio businessmen?
It's difficult. Sincerely, it's difficult. In fact, that's where the problem lies. That's why when we talk of MSTO collection, it is tug of war. It's not easy because we are dealing with portfolio companies and some of them don't have records. We will tell them, well, how much is this? I will tell you, look, it's the business I'm doing is just to survive. And so when you even go to the essence of keeping records, you say, look, we are just, it's a small thing. They don't even consider there's need for record because they believe it's so small that's not required by a register to keep, or hiring a qualified somebody who will be keeping records for them. They believe this is an extra cost which they cannot afford to pay. But we see sensitize them that, look, no matter, it's necessary you have it. So that it will reduce these frictions between FIRS and your organization. Because FIRS will tell you where is your record. If you say you don't have income at all, let us see how we keep the records. If you say it's 1 naira, 2 naira, where are you keeping it? So it's very difficult.
Are you helping them in any way?
We are doing,
what
seriously.
Sensitization
is the key. We have been trying our best. Just recently, we had one sensitization in Kano to gather the taxpayer again and tell them what they should do, what they should not do, and how they should comply. So in the FIRS management is really trying that direction because, if you remember, you have been with us. You remember in the past years, just 2003, 2004, thereabout to date, a lot of reforms have taken place in the FIRS, and the key center of this reform is sensitization of taxpayer, carrying the taxpayer along, because they are our babies. We call them our babies, and they are our kings too, because we cannot say you are not big, we will throw you away. No, because you discover that some of them will start. You read the first set of accounts they are bringing, they can even shoot up over MTO level, even to the LAC tax rate. So that's why every taxpayer is important. You think he's small, but by the time he puts up his accounts together at the end of the year, you discover that it's a big chunk. So we are sensitizing them, records keeping. We also interact with auditors that are their consultants frequently. We also educate them that they should also be educating them to keep records. In fact, that's their responsibility to make sure that all their clients have records. Because if they don't have records, they too cannot produce reasonable accounts to us because they don't have accounts to work. They don't have records to work with. So it's even important to tax consultants that their clients have records so that they can do their work before coming to FIRS. That all these are areas where we can narrow down the problem of friction.
But we know that if they are not paying, you will not still be in employment.
Of course.
The Northwest region will still not be here.
Of course.
If they ask you to assess yourself within the 10 regions,
Yes.
we are Northwest. How well are you doing?
We are doing very, very well. Very, very well. Because, in fact, since I came, since the year I came, 2011, we have always been, at times, even a percentage, there was a time we had the highest percentage.
Oh, that's interesting.
So another time we fall, the second, third, it depends on the environment. Okay. For instance, we are peers. We are comparing with another MSTO. We are not talking of like tax or Lagos or all those things. We are talking of MSTO to MSTO, yes. Anywhere, yes. Any region.
Yes.
We can beat our chest. Yes.
That's good. And
even I know that at least for sure in the whole the 3 regions in the north, we are comfortably leading.
That's good.
Then down south, we are either second or third, in most cases, compared to them. So that's nationwide. So like this year, we have a target of say we are as at first quarter, we are supposed to collect 731 million.
Good.
Thereabout in the first quarter of the year. We have collected 810 million. So we have scored 110% in the first quarter.
You deserve commendation.
So we at least we are moving.
Which ones are your star offices among the 8 MSTOs that you have?
We have 3 main offices that we are hoping fully that if they shake, then we know we are moving. But if they don't shake, then it will affect us negatively. So if they shake well, that's positive shaking. But if they shake negatively, it will affect us negatively too. So the number one there is Kano 1. We call it Club Road.
That's obvious.
That's so. Then the second office is Sokoto office. Then the third one, yes, the same caliphate. And the third one is also Kano 2. So these are the 3. So Kano 1, 2, and Sokoto are the 3 stars we have. Others are play supplementary roads to make us get what we want.
Every day, my people they for work. Some they do office work. Some get them own business. So all of them want good road, constant power for better life. Whether now office work, oh yeah, pay your tax. Whether now your own business, oh pay your tax. If you want a better life, oh pay your tax. Now your civic responsibility, pay your tax. Better soup, now money cook more. Oh yes. Nothing goes for nothing, my brother. If you want potable water, security and hospital for make life jolly.
That's right. Good roads, good hospitals, portable water, adequate security all come from taxpayers' money. Play your part in making Nigeria great. Everybody, small scale, big companies, entrepreneurs, do the right thing. Pay your tax. This message is from the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS.
Time, oh time. Like they say, time waits for no one. When we started this interview, we knew it would be interesting, but we never thought it would be this interesting. But because of time constraints, we have to move over for the next program. And so next week, on this same station, same day of the week, same time of the day, we will bring you part 2 of this interview with Alh.Ibrahim Salami. We thank you for watching, and we wish you a blessed week ahead.